Hi, we are here at AwesomeCon Indianapolis with the lovely voice actress Veronica Taylor. I didn't even cheat and look at the thing. But no, you have got a lot of roles. I mean, I was quite thrilled to see when we arrived, somebody pull out a cell from Slayers.
Amazing, right? That was such a fun show.
The fun thing about this interview is that we kind of get a bookended between you and Eric Stewart, one of your co-stars. And just kind of curious, how different do you think the environment is from when you began voice acting, especially for things that were imported, for things like anime, like in Pokemon or Slayers? How different do you feel that process is from then as opposed to now?
Well, I think there was a time when there was a lot of anime that was coming in, and now I lived in New York, and there was a lot there, and now there's none.
Yeah.
So, and then all of that has moved to Texas and Los Angeles. So I think the process of dubbing it is the same, one person in the booth at a time. But there doesn't seem to be as much of it, and yet more people, I think, are watching the undubbed. You know, they actually can get a hold of the original. That's pretty cool.
I think one of the interesting things for me, and I think Eric kind of agreed, was that there's something so different about like the timbre of the voices that you would get in maybe an 80s or 90s anime, because you're drawing on that voice acting talent from like New York or Los Angeles. And I mean, because like you said, nothing wrong with Texas, but like people with more of like a traditional theater background or like radio background, I would think in New York or LA. And I kind of asked the question, like, what got you into voice acting? What is your kind of voice background?
I'm an actor. I've been an actor since I was 5. I went to college and grad school for acting training. I've toured with Shakespeare. I've toured around the country. You know, I come from create the character background, and a lot of the great voice actors that I know also have studied acting quite a lot, and so I try to really create the character from here out. And I don't know, I think a lot of the great character voice actors do that too. So.
I'd say we just watched we're going to have the intro to this is probably going to be Joe DiMaggio.
How neat.
But we watched his documentary very recently. I think everybody on our podcast. And that was one of the interesting things. He's like, all right, that's great. You can do an imitation. Now, can you do him reading Shakespeare?
Yeah, right. Because you have to know the whole character. And you know, just like I do, I'm myself, but I do all these weird voices in my normal life. You have to be able to do that for your characters that you create.
So since you mentioned you have an actual Shakespearean background, and because that quote is fresh in my mind, I'm wondering if you could do any lines from Shakespeare in one of your voices.
I'm terrible at memorizing.
I'll start. I'll do something from the Scottish play of Sean Connery.
Yeah.
I'll do.
Okay.
I dare do all that may become a man who dares do more is none.
Wow.
Yeah,
that's really good.
I tried.
That's good. You've achieved.
I didn't practice that like 5 times.
How about a rose by any other name would smell as sweet. I'm Ash, but I could play Juliet.
Very nice.
Actually, that's Romeo, isn't it? No, that's Romeo. Wherefore art thou, Romeo? No, that's Juliet.
We're gender progressive.
Good, that's good.
It's 2014. He can be he can be Juliet.
He could. I'm Ash, so you know why not?
I'm seeing this Shakespeare in the Park. We're reversing the roles.
That would be great.
Yeah.
I'm there. I'm always available.
Yeah. They actually had that anime. They had the Juliet was the hero, and Romeo was just kind of like the completely useless prince.
Wow, now that I'd like to see.
Oh yeah.
I'd like to play the parts actually.
Because it's anime, they were very dramatic, and there was an X in between Romeo and Juliet, so that you knew it was
interesting.
different.
Well, I mean, with anime, you always get a deeper story, and there's so many layers that you can easily watch something over and over and still discover something. So that's the beauty of it. That's for sure.
So I guess another question, and forgive me if this is kind of unfair, but because it almost is like I feel almost asking this is almost like a backhanded thing, but I mean it with the utmost respect and appreciation. How is it strange at all to wrap your head around the idea of like multiple generations of fans? Because I grew up watching Pokemon and loving it and loving the voice, and now I have 2 little brothers with a 20-year gap. They still watch Pokemon and love it and know more about it now than I do, which is such an alienating experience.
I think that's a testament to Pokemon, especially the beginning. There's something that just touches us on a human and emotional level, that even though it's animated, and it was about kids on a journey where, you know, no parents would let them do that, but there's there's something universal about that it does kind of span the ages, and then you can watch it with your children, and then it just does kind of keep going. And Netflix, of course, putting it back out helps to keep that going, but it is pretty amazing. And I really can't help but wonder, you know, Satoshi Tajiri sat down and started figuring out these characters, and you know, that's what all of us do. We sit down to create something. You can't think, God, I hope this lasts for 50 years or whatever. You just create something from the heart, and look where it can go. You know, it's amazing. And so I'm humbled and thrilled to have been part of it. It's been incredible.
So you were also the voice of Ash's mom. Yeah. Were you ever tempted to be Mr. Mime as well, just for that?
Are you kidding me? I wish I had a Mr. Mime. Yeah. The fact that he could clean the whole house and, you know, no. But Mr. Mime said nothing. Yeah. And as an actor, I want the lines. So.
I'm just saying that would be the most interesting voice actor part. It's like, I'm so good, I'm playing an actor
I
or
can
character.
Mime,
No.
You know.
No lines at all.
Yeah, and I make it. It's like Bill Irwin's character in Northern Exposure a long time ago. He never said anything, but he was so amazing.
Love that show. We actually interviewed Carmen Moore, who did. She was in like I think 3 or 4 seasons of Northern Exposure.
Wow, yeah, great show. I hope that comes back on.
Yeah. Gosh, I mean, we're so grateful to have you here.
Thank
the
you.
thing that we've been guilty about is that we've been blockading some very tiny and adorable fans. So.
Oh, I know. Well,
so I almost want to wrap it up, but just really wanted to see if people, where fans can find you online, what your current projects are in voice acting, outside of voice acting. What do fans need to be on the lookout for?
So I'm online. My website's veronicataylor.net. I'm at Facebook, The Veronica Taylor, and Twitter, The Veronica T, Instagram. You know, but you can find me. You find one thing, you can find it all. But I'm there. I'm in Astroblast, which is on Sprout. Mofi, which is playing somewhere, maybe Australia. Welcome to the Wayne, Nickelodeon Online. So those are my big things. I'm always working on something, a million projects that find their way to something, a lot of audiobooks. I'm all over the place.
And then this is something that we've been kind of doing as a little bit new, and we asked Eric as well, and so you're going to have to really reach into your hat for this one, because he pulled out a Beatle.
A Beatle?
Yeah, he pulled out Ringo Starr for this question, so I'm saying the gauntlet has been thrown down. So we're asking, just tell us something that maybe people do not know about you. Tell us something that you think is epic about yourself that people do not necessarily know.
You mean he's connected to Ringo Starr?
He toured with the Ringo Starr band for a year.
Something that people don't know about me?
Something, or just something you think is kind of epic, because that's the name of our show, is the kind of epic show.
I think it's epic that I'm working still. I think it's epic that I have a career. You know, I've always wanted to be an actor since I was 5, and the fact that I'm doing it is pretty amazing. The fact that I've been able to balance being an actor and a mom full-time, that's pretty epic for me. Most people know that because I talk about it and my daughter comes with me, but I don't have any weird, crazy things in my life. But every day is pretty amazing. I mean, we're traveling to conventions, we just moved to Los Angeles. It's all epic. And I guess my family is pretty amazing. I don't have any Beatle in my past, but my family is the most amazing and supportive people you could ever want to be around.
Oh, she went in the heartwarming direction. That's not a card she's allowed to pull.
That's pretty epic.
Ash isn't supposed to make me cry. It's a children's show.
All the time. But that's the reality. I'm very lucky to be surrounded by amazing people who let me be me, and I can only hope to pass that along to people who come to see me at conventions.
I teared up a little bit when Ash and Misty and Brock go.
Oh, I know, me too. We were all crying, we were sobbing. And we were all going like, what? What? Because nobody knew that ahead of time before we got into the booth that day. Who knew? That was shocking.
Oh.
But anyway.
That Butterfree episode still makes me tear up a little bit.
I know, me too.
You give away your best Pokemon.
Yeah, but that's life, isn't it?
Yeah.
You know, sometimes you have to give up, whether voluntarily or not, something that you really love. And often it's for their betterment, or, you know, who knows?
I'm putting this on a nerd t-shirt. It's going to say, if you love it, let it go, and then we'll have a picture of Butterfree. And then we'll have the quote Veronica Taylor.
Yes, set it Butterfree.
Yeah.
Oh, said it.
She went there.
Yeah. But still, you know, I mean, Pokemon in and of itself taught us a lot of things. And I think I feel quite lucky. that you've been part of it.
Well, thank you so much. This is truly
welcome.
the end of the interview because we have created a cue here.
Okay. Oh, hey.
But if you could just do a quick throw to, this is what we use to
Sure.
begin or end the interview.
Okay.
And it's just you essentially, and if you could do it in a character voice, we would love it.
Sure.
But if you want to do it yourself, that would be great as well.
Sure.
Like I said, this is a massive TMNT fan, and since I forgot to ask any TMNT questions,
Okay.
if you could even do it in the voice of April O'Neil, would be
April
awesome.
sounds a lot like myself.
Yeah.
So, I mean, she's pretty much just about here. So kind of, you know, it sounds kind of like...
So if you could do April and then maybe throw in a little bit of Ash, and essentially the plug is introducing yourself. You say, hi, I'm Veronica Taylor, voice of Ash and April
Yeah.
O'Neil, and you're listening to Kind of Epic Show.
Kind of epic show.
You got it.
The kind or just kind of?
Just kind of.
Okay. Hey, I'm Veronica Taylor. I played April on Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles and Ash Ketchum on Pokemon. And from all of us, I just want to say, you're watching Kind of Epic Show.
Thank you so much.
Hey listeners, this is Micus, creator of the Kind of Epic theme song Zombie Kids. If you're interested in finding out more about my music, you can check me out at micusmusic.com. Also, I am on iTunes, Facebook, and SoundCloud. You can look me up as Micus Music, and that's M-I-K-U-S, and you know the rest. Alright, peace out everyone, keep listening.